Hello students, today we are going to start chapter 12th of Science of class 7th, that is reproduction in plants. Topics to be covered in this chapter are modes of reproduction, sexual reproduction, fruits and seed formation, and seed dispersal. Students, you have already learned in class 6th that to produce its kind is a characteristic of all living organisms. The production of new individuals from their parents is known as reproduction. But how do plants reproduce? There are different modes of reproduction in plants, which we shall learn in this chapter. In class 6th, you have learnt about different parts of a flowering plant. Most plants have roots, stems and leaves. These are called the vegetative parts of a plant. After a certain period of growth, most plants bear flowers. You may have seen the mango trees flowering in spring. It is these flowers that give rise to juicy mango fruit we enjoy in summer. We eat the fruits and usually discard the seeds. Seeds germinate and form new plants. So, what is the function of flowers in plants? Flowers perform the function of reproduction in plants. Flowers are the reproductive parts. There are several ways by which plants produce their offspring. These are categorized into two types, asexual and sexual reproduction. In asexual reproduction, plants can give rise to new plants without seeds, whereas in sexual reproduction, new plants are obtained from seeds. Asexual reproduction. In plants, there are different types of asexual reproduction. They are vegetative propagation, budding, fragmentation, spore formation. Firstly, we will study about vegetative propagation. In this method, new plants are produced from the vegetative parts like the root, stem or leaves. For example, if the stem cutting of a rose plant or money plant is planted in the soil, we can get a new plant. Potato has small buds called eyes. If a part of the potato with an eye is cut and planted in the soil, we can get a new plant. If a part of ginger is planted in the soil, we can get a new plant. Bryophyllum has buds in the leaf. If a part of the leaf with bud is planted in the soil, we can get a new plant. If a part of a cactus plant is planted in the soil, we can get a new plant. To understand the artificial vegetative reproduction with stem, we will perform activity 12.1. Students, cut a branch of rose or champa with a node. What is node? A node is a part of the stem or branch at which a leaf arises. This piece of branch is termed a cutting. Bury the cutting in soil, water the cutting every day and observe its growth. Observe the record the number of days taken for roots to come out and new leaves to arise. Try the same activity by growing money plant in a jar of water and record your observations. So students, you will observe that new plant develop from the growth of buried cutting. Students, we conclude that a new plant can be obtained from stem by vegetative reproduction. To understand vegetative reproduction by bud, we will perform activity 12.2. Students, take a fresh potato, observe the scars on it with the help of magnifying glass. You may find bud in it. It is called an eye of potato. Cut a few pieces of a potato, each with an eye. Bury them in the soil. Water the pieces regularly for a few days. Observe their progress. Students, you will observe that sprouting plant can be seen from the eye of a potato. So we conclude that new plant is produced from bud by vegetative reproduction. So students, this is clear. In rose and money plant, new plant develop from the growth of buried cutting, and vegetative bud on stem of potato ginger sprouts and give rise to a new plant. Bryphlium has buds in the margins of leaves. If a leaf of this plant falls on a moist soil, each bud can give rise to a new plant. And plants such as cactus produce new plants when their parts get detached from the main plant body. Each detached part can grow into a new plant. Bujo wants to know if there is any advantage of vegetative propagation. So, the answer of this question is plants produced by vegetative propagation take less time to grow and bear flowers and fruits earlier than those produced from seeds. The new plants are exact copies of the parent plant as they are produced from a single parent. So students, this is the end of today's session. We will continue this chapter in next video. Up till then, thank you.